Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany Edmond from University Kuala Lumpur Business School, and today our group will share our assignment topic, which is capital budgeting. This video assignment is prepared for our lecturer, Sir Mohamed, Ariff, Abdul, Rahman, and this is my group member Tiffy, Sharmami, San, Rahma, and Imu. Okay, first of all, we need to know what is capital budgeting, and it can be explained by several situations, which is the first one is it worth it to put money or capital into this project? Is the business can give the required return on our investment? Is it good decision, good deal in terms of money, in terms of earning to put money in this new proposal project? And it also means is it worth it to use money to buy this asset? Is the machine will generate high income, or is the machine can improve our production activities? If we think about how much new machine will earn compared to the cost getting money to buy new machine. Okay. And then the third one is it worth it to put money or investing in this business? Maybe we think of producing a new brand or expanding a business by buying existing business. Is it really worth it to put money in this business? Next is capital budgeting. Capital budgeting refers to the planning process of a company to determine whether its long-term investment are worth pursuing. The capital budgeting will help the investor to form a strategic decision to form whether to accept or reject the project. In order to come out with a strategic decision, the investor must analyze the overall strategy of the company based on their allocation of time, effort, and resources in producing a product. The decision will be made whether to accept or reject the budgeting of the detailed evaluation of area affected, such as capital structure, dividend, and cost of capital. Wise capital investment leads to efficient allocation of company's resources and determine if the company can survive or continuously grow, while poor investment decision can result in significant loss or even bankruptcy of a company. Okay, this is the feature of capital budgeting. First is outlays large amount of resources, usually involve laying out their significant portion of their total resources. High risk associated with large scale in investment. Look at this picture. When the balloon bursts, it will surely affect the person blowing it. The bigger the balloon size, the greater the effect will be. So the second one is non-reversible. It is difficult to bail out of an investment once it undertaken. Consider an example of a company. The company invests to launch new business, and 1 year later realized that it was a poor investment. It is most likely that the company has to bear enormous cost to reverse its initial decision. So, utmost caution in making decision is important. Once we detect there are problems in the business, better terminate it at an early stage. Auditor also should play their role to detect any inefficiency in the decision making as early as possible. The third feature is it's strategic and risky. Any decision will affect companies' long-term of sustainability and growth. Doing analysis and forecast is required to predict or guess what will happen after this. This includes the company's operation efficiency, market involvement, and changes in government policy. All this can be performed by doing the SWOT analysis and collecting information. Okay. Capital budgeting evaluation process. A large company have their own capital budgeting committee, and in the company there are several departments. For example, in finance department, HR department, or service department, and all departments have to do their own proposal minimum once in a year. Okay. In order to do a good capital budgeting, company usually will do an evaluation and request input from various departments in the company by request them to submitting their own proposal. This proposal will be evaluated by the capital budgeting committee, which was selected by board of directors. The capital budgeting committee will go through all the proposal and do analysis. Proposal which worth to the company will be selected and will be approved by board of directors. Next is typical capital budgeting process. There are 5 steps in this process, which is step 1 is identify potential capital investment. Step 2, forecast future net cash flow. Step 3 is analyze potential investment, which is screen out undesirable investment using payback and ARR method, and further analysis using NPV or IRR. Step 4, choose among alternative investment when the resources are not sufficient to fund all profitable projects. And step 5 is to perform post-audit after making capital investment. And all of this will be continued by my friend. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurama binti Abdul Halim. Today I want to explain about the accounting rate of return. Accounting rate of return is a method for the company to use to evaluate either to accept or reject the company proposed investment. To do the investment, okay, we look at the formula. ARR equal to average operation income divided by average investment. Example. Look at the example. Assume that Young Telecom proposed to install a mesh machine requiring initial investment of Rm 200,000, which is capable to produce 100,000 chips every month. Based on the marketing division forecast, the new type of chip can be well accepted by the market in the following 5 years. And at the end of 5th year, the company could dispose the machine for 400,000. So this is a disposal. This is a initial investment, and it's a capable produce 300,000. And then the 5 years is the company can achieve the target. Since the operating income varies in each year to year, the return on investment, that is ROI, will be different from years to years. As well, a calculation based on any single year may result in total calculation. It is more accurate to use the average annual income. Okay, we can see this example. Okay, there is the answer. First, all this you can get from the income statement. Okay. How to get the operating income before taxes? You just minus revenue minus with cost of goods sold, and then you got the answer. You minus revenue minus with 356250, and then you minus with depreciation, and then you minus with other expenses. You got the operating income before taxes, and then you multiply with 40%. There is the taxes. Calculate again. Multiple with 40%. I got the 24300, and then how to get the operating income after taxes? You just minus operating income before taxes with the tax rate. You got the operating income after taxes. That is the same step for the second year, third year, fourth year, and fifth year. Look at the next slide. Okay, how to get the average annual income? You just multiple. You just plus all this first year, second year, third year, fifth, fourth year, and fifth year, and then divide for with 5 years. You got the average annual income. After that, how to calculate with the average investment? There is the formula. Cost of machine is 200,000. 200,000, and then you 100,000. You plus with the disposal value, and then divide by 2. This 200,000 plus disposal value, and then divide by 2. After that, how to get ARR? From the answer you get the average annual income, and then you divide. You divide with the answer you have. Do this. Okay. Divide by 12000. You get the ARR is 32.5%. Okay. You cannot just answer with this with this answer. You can add up with the two possible scenarios can occur. If the company is really decide on a single investment decision, and then the company must set a target rate of return in advance as a benchmark minimum acceptable return. If the ARR exceed the target rate of return, the firm accept the proposal. Otherwise, it will be rejected. Example, if the required rate of return for young telecom is 35%, they will reject the proposal of installing mass machine. On the other hand, if the target of rate of the return is 25%, the company will accept the proposal because the expected annual return of this project, answer we have calculated together, is 32.5%, exceed the target rate of return. But if the company is to decide between two investment but can only accept one investment, then the decision criteria will be to choose the investment with the higher ARR. If there is no capital budget constraints in the company, then all investment which ARR exceed the benchmark cut-off should be accepted. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sharma binti Matusen, and I will explain about payback period method. Payback period method represents the number of years required to recover the original investment. The payback period is also called payout or payoff period. A project with shortest payback period will be given the highest rank, and this method is more suitable in industry where the risk of obsolescence is high. And next, this is the example on how to calculate the payback period. Okay, assume Young Telkom plan to install a machine requiring initial investment for 200,000 ringgit, and the estimated useful life are 5 years, and the estimated disposal value are 40,000 ringgit. Calculate the payback period for the company, and from this info we will calculate the payback period for this company, Telco Plan. The formula for the payback period is that initial investment divided by net annual cash flow. From this information, for the initial investments are 200,000 ringgit, the initial investment, and the net annual cash flow is 71,000 ringgit. This amount is from 355,000 divided by 5 years. So it will get the amount, this amount 71,000. So 200,000 divided by 71,000, it will get 2.82 years, and the payback period for this company is, for this investment, 2.82 years. Next, the comparison of the accounting rate of return and payback period. The accounting of return, the advantages, it is easy to calculate and simple to understand, and its emphasis is placed on the profitability of the project and not on liquidity, and the earnings over the entire life of the project is considered for determining ARR. And disadvantages, this method ignores the time value of money. This accounting rate of return ignores the time value of money, and it also ignores the cash flow from investment, and it does not consider terminal value of the project. Next, the payback period, the advantages. This payback period method is simple to understand and easy to calculate. And as the project with a short payback period is preferred, the chance of obsolescence is reduced. And this method costs less as it requires only very little effort for its computation. And disadvantages, this method cannot take into consideration the cash inflows beyond the payback period. And it also does not take into consideration the time value of money, and it gives over emphasis for liquidity. And that's all. Thank you very much.
Hi, it's me, Mizan Kamalina. Today I would like to present about time value of amount of $10,000 10 years will not be same as the amount $10,000 today. The value of $10,000 today is much more bigger than the value of the $10,000 after it. Time value of money consists of two, which is present value and future value. Each of these has a single period and annuity. Okay, let's take a look at the time value of money, the formula. This is the formula. Future value formula. Future value equal to present value times 1 plus r to the power of n, or value equal to present value times FVFIN. Value of FVFIN can get from the table. R is interest, while n is the number of years. Calculation of future value and present value almost the same, but the present value we must divide 1 plus r to the power of n. This is because in the present value we are minusing the future value amount to find the present value. Well, this is the formula for annuity for future value and present value. Okay, let's take a look at the time value of money, the calculation of present value and future value. Okay, look at the timeline. Here, the time it has an option A and option B, where option A is finding the future value, while the option B is finding the present value. Okay, how to find the future value? Okay, take a look at present value, where present value must plus interest to find the future value, while to find the present value we must minus the interest. Okay, here the formula for future value. FV equal to PV 1 plus R to the power of n, where $10,000 times 1.0 to the power of 3, where 0.6 or 6% is the interest and 3 is the n. Calculation for present value same as the future value, but we must divide because we are minusing the future value amount that we get to find the present value. Okay, now let's take a look at annuity. Annuity are equally spaced cash flow of equal size. It can be either inflow or outflow. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is a future value of an ordinary annuity. We can see that there are $1,000 for every period. For each transaction will be times by 1.05 to the power of n to get the total future value of annuity due. It is same as the present value of annuity due, but present value of annuity due will be divided, not real time. Okay, now we will go to the next topic, where is NPV. What is NPV? NPV is the difference between the present value of cash inflow and the present value of cash outflow. It is used in capital budgeting to analyze the profit of investment or project. Okay, this is the formula for NPV. Let's take a look. Okay, take an example. If I want to invest in ice cream business, I need to pay $100 for now to get the business, and I will earn $150 for next year, and I will earn another $70 for selling the business if I don't want to sell or get involved in this business anymore. Now let's take a look. I pay 100 and I get 220. Okay, this means that I get 120 profit for this business. Should or shouldn't I to invest in this business? If the result of the investment is positive, it means that you have a good decision, where present value of earning is more than present value of payment. But if you get the negative, it is a bad decision for you to invest in that business. It is because if you cannot get the amount that you invest, it means that you cannot get the profit. It is a bad decision to invest in that business. Okay, that's it from me, Mizan Kamalina.
My part of capital budgeting, which is additional considerations and post audit of investment project. First is the additional considerations. Additional consideration is actually the qualitative factor of decision making of this investment project. Instead of the quantitative factors, which is the NPV and IRR that always the manager using in any decision making, we also use this consideration in determining the investment budget. First, it have intangible benefits, and second is risk issues in capital budgeting. First, intangible benefits. Intangible benefits is actually include the increased quality, improve of safety, greater the employee loyalty, or more favorable social influence in the company further. It have two approach in estimate this intangible benefit, which is calculate NPV without looking to intangible benefit and predict growth using the conservative estimates of the intangible benefit. First, that we have to know that calculate the NPV without looking to intangible benefit is actually if the NPV is positive, the company will accept the proposal, while it is negative, so the company will use these estimates, which is the conservative estimates of the intangible benefit, using this one. Includes the increase of the quality, improve of safety, and etc. Let's we take a look of the example of these intangible benefits, which is from the art company. In this art company have a discount rate of 15% of the estimated life of 10 years. And here we see that NPV is negative. So from what we have known, this negative amount can be resulting to the rejecting of the proposal. But if we use the second estimates that I said earlier, if we assume that the proposal will be increase of cash inflows in 8,000 ringgit, which are resulting in the improvement of quality and safety. While this annual cash outflow will reduce to 5,000, which resulting in any claims, for example, claims on injury. So this will resulting to increase the NPV amount. This is the calculation of the estimates. Here we can see the amount will increase of the cash inflow of 8,000 and annual cash outflow will reduce to 20,000. So the NPV will become positive. So automatically the manager will approve this proposal and take it into account. Next is about risk issues in capital budgeting. In this, risk issues in capital budgeting is actually risk that arises due to the uncertainty with future financial result. This risk refers to the extent or the likelihood of the project to not occur, and it has two categories of approach in dealing with the risk, which is assessing the level of risk and reacting the level of risk. In assessing the level of risk, it actually uses the sensitivity analysis, which uses a number of particular outcomes estimates to get a sense of variability among potential returns. The manager will examine key input values affecting the projects to see how the changes of the input that might be influence the viability of the project. The key input factors is initial outlay of the machine, sales volume and selling price, relevant operating costs, life of the project, and financing costs. Let's take an example of Young Telecom of this assessing level of risk. Okay. Here Young Telecom is assume that Young Telecom want to improve the proposal, and the best estimates of the discount rate is 15%, which resulting the net present value of positive. Okay, here if we take a look into the sensitivity analysis, the manager will usually assume the number of discount rate, for example 25%. They want to see how sensitive it is through the NPV, through this net present value. Okay, let's assume that it is 25% of increase in the discount rate. Okay, this is the calculation of the 25% of the discount rate, that resulting in negative NPV. So here, usually manager will use the IRR method to assume the sensitivity of the proposal. But here, in assessing the level of risk, we use the difference of the discount rate, which is 25% and 15%, which is the difference is 10%, and the net present value is positive. So it is a good so the manager will assume that this 10% is a good okay, it actually tells that this positive value tells that this company will this proposal will sustain or not sustain, and then the change in 1% is calculated as 47,600 divided by 10, and we get the change in 1% of the discount rate of 4706. Next is reacting the level of risk. In reacting the level of risk, it's used the law of risk premium, which is the higher the level of risk, the greater the risk premium is demanded. It will added to the risk rate of return to obtain the total return required. In practice, people usually use the long-term government bond rate since it is a risk-free rate and it is normally quite safe. Now, we look at this table. This table shows that when the discount rate is increased, it will lower the net present value. It will react to the present value of the annual saving. How low can the present value of annual saving will be if the discount rate is high? The manager will see how much the net present value will sustain when the discount rate is high. Okay, that's it from additional consideration. Next, we will go to the post audit of investment projects. This post audit of investment project is actually tells how to monitor and control a project once it is approved and implemented. It is an evaluation of a capital investment's actual performance, which they want to determine whether the project should continually funded or terminated. And this post audit of investment project is actually tell the manager how to give the reasonable and accurate data in determining a proposal. A reasonable and accurate data, and then it also will improve the manager performance in determining the good project or bad project through their evaluation, through their past evaluation of any decision making in determining a project. So that's all from me. I'm Unikl binti Ahmad. Thank you for watching.